Hi, CEO class. It's great that my dad is helping you guys think about the future. And here I am, my dad's son, David Samuel. And I've been fortunate to be in tech, honestly, since my mom sent me to computer class in 1982 when I was 10. Yes, dating myself, but I learned to code in BASIC, and I've been a techie ever since. I'm going to read a blog that I wrote a few weeks ago, of course, with the help of AI. But it helps me just kind of organize my thoughts and what I'm seeing come down very quickly in the future. It's titled, The Future, Before It Gets So Bright, You Gotta Wear Shades. Elon Musk believes the global economy could be could actually 10 times within 10 years. Historically, roughly, it took 25 years for it to double. Just 2 months ago at Davos, Elon said, we might have AI that is smarter than any human by the end of this year. And I believe that we're on track for that if you just look at what's happened over the last 2 months since he said that. He added that within a decade, AI could surpass the combined intelligence of all of humanity. There's been a lot of humans on this earth. He said robots will outnumber humans on this earth. And he predicted this shift will trigger an explosion in global economic output unlike anything in recorded history. These predictions sound kind of unhinged and a little insane. Then again, so did reusable rockets and electric cars. 25 years ago, people thought he was out of his mind when he started building a car company in Silicon Valley and a private rocket company when NASA's been doing it for decades. Today, both SpaceX and Tesla, we're used to it. Here they are. So here comes some more predictions. I was lucky enough to own Model 998 of the Tesla Model S. This was a signature red version, and man, I remember picking that up in 2012. It was by far the best car I had ever driven. Silent, super fast, and the fact that torque hit right when you hit the pedal, the software, the big screen, it surpassed anything anybody had ever built, including Detroit and Japanese. And if you've never experienced a Tesla driving itself, I mean the car driving you, hands off, navigating traffic, changing lanes, you really need to try it out. So go to your closest Tesla dealer. I don't know if that's maybe St. Louis or Indianapolis, of course, Chicago, and ask for a test drive, but actually more importantly, ask for a full service test drive where the car drives you. Within 10 minutes, it will rewire how you think about what machines do. My dad just did that this last week, and I know it changed his mind of what's coming. Elon's track record is nearly perfect. What he consistently misses on is timing, but that's intentional. He puts aggressive timelines in place, and that basically compresses 5 years of work into 2. He works 7 days a week. He travels from one company to the next, and he pushes his team members unlike any CEO has ever done before. And they continue to follow him because Elon really hasn't been wrong yet. So when Musk makes a prediction, I've learned not to fixate on the exact date, but I do focus on the direction. And right now, every arrow is pointing the same way.
The shift nobody has seen before. Here is the thing that keeps me up at night. Every major technological revolution in history replaced one category of human work. The steam engine replaced physical muscle. The spreadsheet replaced manual calculation. The internet replaced the need for physical presence in commerce. Each time, we adapted. New jobs emerged, the economy expanded, and humanity adjusted. What's coming is different. For the first time, we are building technology that replaces both physical labor and human intelligence simultaneously. We have never been here before. For the entirety of human history, intelligence has been the fundamental constraint on progress. Every scientific breakthrough, every medical advance, every engineering achievement has ultimately depended on how fast human minds could think, connect ideas, and run experiments. That constraint is about to be removed. AI systems will run experiments at a scale no human team could match. They will generate theories, discover materials, design systems. But the deeper shift is what Musk calls the recursive loop. Once you give AI a general direction, it continues solving and tackling problems on its own, improving its own methods, correcting its own errors, compounding its own capabilities, without waiting for human instruction at each step. Progress doesn't just accelerate, it compounds. This is not another technology cycle. It is a change in the underlying system. Think about what this compounding intelligence already enables creatively. Within the next year or two, a teenager in Nebraska with nothing but a phone and $20 a month in AI subscriptions will be able to write, direct, score, and produce a feature-length film entirely through AI tools. No studio, no crew, no budget. Just imagination and the ability to direct machines. Hollywood doesn't get replaced overnight. It just needs fewer and fewer people until the jobs quietly vanish. The upside of this is almost incomprehensible. AI is already accelerating drug discovery at a pace no human research team could sustain, running millions of simulations simultaneously, identifying promising compounds in days rather than decades. Diseases that have resisted human medicine for generations are now in the crosshairs. Cancer, Alzheimer's, antibiotic resistance. The scientists working on these problems haven't gotten smarter. They now have a tool that has. The long-term human benefit of that is difficult to overstate. I tell all of my family, and now I'm telling you, don't die stupidly over the next 10 years. I believe we will finally have a cure for cancer and other horrific diseases within this next decade. Stay healthy long enough to get there.
There's something nobody is saying clearly enough. The social contract is breaking. For decades, it was simple. Study, go to college, get a serious job, climb. That worked. It doesn't anymore. This year, millions of students are graduating, and a growing number can't find work in their field. Even Harvard is now saying a degree is no longer a reliable path to employment. And here's the real issue. The entry-level job is disappearing. That first job wasn't just a paycheck. It was the on-ramp, where you learned, built relationships, proved yourself. AI doesn't need that layer. Companies aren't just hiring fewer people, they're skipping new grads entirely. So the question has changed. It's no longer, what credential gets me hired? It's what can I do that still matters when AI handles the routine. Now zoom out. I bought one of the first robot dogs back in 1999. It felt like a toy. That's how breakthrough tech always starts, until it doesn't. Fast forward to today. Tesla is building humanoid robots. Full dexterity, real-world work, factories, hospitals, homes. And here's the wild part. When one robot learns something, every robot learns it. That's not linear progress. That's exponential. Factories building robots. Robots building factories. Robots building more robots. Let that sink in.
Same thing is happening on the road. I use Tesla's self-driving constantly. It's already safer than humans. Now imagine removing the driver entirely. No steering wheel, no pedals, just transportation on demand. That alone reshapes cities, traffic, and safety. And then there's freight. 3.5 million truck drivers in the US. That transition won't happen overnight, but the direction is obvious. Autonomy doesn't create driver jobs, it removes them. So let's talk about what most people avoid, the transition. It's going to be brutal. Not bumpy, not uncomfortable, brutal. Because our entire economy is built on one assumption. Human labor is scarce. That's about to flip. When labor becomes abundant through AI and robots, the price of labor drops, and the systems built on top of it crack. We're already seeing it. Entry-level roles are disappearing first. The bottom rung of the ladder is being removed. Here's my prediction. Within 5 years, unemployment will triple to greater than 15%, something not seen since the Great Depression almost 100 years ago. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. And yet, on the other side of this, massive abundance, lower costs, better healthcare, more access, a much larger economy. But that doesn't happen immediately. First, the gap widens between those who own the technology and those who don't. That's the part nobody wants to talk about. So what do? 3 things. First, use AI every day. Grok, ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude. Learn it deeply. This is table stakes now. Second, push your kids in schools to use AI. AI isn't cheating. Imagine if you went to work and could only use a pencil and paper. That's what it's like to not use AI. The kid who learns to use it stays competitive in this world. Third, become an AI expert at your company. Figure out what it can do. Load all of your daily work into AI and see how it can help you. Then show others. That's how you stay relevant.
If I had told someone in 1928 that unemployment would hit 25% just 2 years later, this is the Great Depression, they wouldn't have believed you. And if I told them in 1933 that the world would eventually recover and grow more dramatically than anything they could imagine, they wouldn't have believed me either. But guess what? Both were true. The future isn't arriving slowly, it's arriving all at once. And most people aren't ready. In closing, the future is so bright, I gotta wear shades. 1 PS. I want to leave you with one thing that Elon's been saying almost in every interview. It is better to be an optimist and wrong than a pessimist and right. This is all for the quality of life. He's not saying ignore the hard parts. We've covered those honestly here. He's saying that the posture you choose to meet the future with determines the quality of life you live while you're waiting to find out how it turns out. I find that useful, and I hope you do too. So let's be optimistic about the future.